First time coming here.
Yes. Never been to Radio Gold before.
Yes. But we've had several conversations with you over the years.
I thought you were a ghost too.
We actually do exist. We do exist. Yes. It's nice to have you. You've been in Accra for how many days now?
Oh, I just came yesterday. I was going back yesterday, the same day, but it was too tiresome. So I decided to rest and go today.
Okay. How's Kumasi?
Oh, it's dusty because it's dry.
Okay.
But it's calm. You know, you don't see the usual excitement even after Christmas. It's like nothing has happened. People are complaining all the time.
And that was what I was coming to ask you, because here in Accra, people said there was less action, except you are in a particular group. How is Kumasi doing there? You retired?
Oh, the young ones are still engaged in their going to their drinking spots and things like that. But that's the only thing in Kumasi, you know. It's really a shame that there's nothing else for young people to do except booze and drinking bars and things like that, which is not good. There has to be some recreation. Accra has some, you know, we have speeches, shows, singers coming and going.
Comedy shows. And
when they come to Ghana, they stop at and say, don't go beyond there. That's it. Don't come to Kumasi. That's the thing. And it's true, actually. Kumasi people are not that way, you know. To some extent, they are self-centered, and many of them don't speak English, so they don't look to those things for entertainment.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's part of it. It's underground.
That's part of the fact that makes it not so attractive for shows of that nature.
Yes. They would like to come, but they won't understand what you are saying.
Okay.
And this is why you can see the three stations have taken over.
Okay.
But they say what they want. The headlines is different from the content. Say, what is this? But that's what's going on.
Nice to have you in the studio, though. And you're just listening to Mr. Alan Chamantin. Let me start off from that note.
Okay.
And the information is that Greek minister has also resigned.
Which is bad news. He didn't do it right.
He didn't do it right?
No.
What did he miss?
First of all, Alan has captured the headlines, you understand. And you're going to resign. Maybe you plan to resign already, but the moment he does it, wait a little bit, give it some space. Because he's captured the headlines. We are talking about him, not Akutu. So wait till next week. Then you capture the headlines too. But you come. And so now the news is Alan Chamartin and the other one. This is not good.
Alan Chamartin, he wouldn't even get a mention.
Agri Minister 2.
Yes.
Akutu also. Okay. Why? Capture your own headlines, be in the front pages. But this is what he did.
The timing was bad.
Wasn't good at all.
He didn't time it well.
No, not at all. No.
But I'm sure you were listening to Mr. Alan Chamantin. A couple of things come to mind. There are those who see him as the front runner in the race. Easy.
Oh,
from what you are finding out.
You see, I know you guys, you have different ways of getting me to say something. I see him the same way you do. It won't be fair for me to, right now, pick sides. So the race is coming. They say the show is coming to your house. You two are running to go and meet it. Don't wait for it to come. Yes.
But he's a formidable candidate.
Yes, that's for sure. Yes.
So far, I know you are monitoring the New Patriotic Party race. We know Alan Chamantin publicly, who's with Akoto himself. There's Dr. Baumia.
Yes.
I think Kobna Japan has also expressed an interest.
Yes.
We know that there's Kennedy at Japan.
Yes, he's already in it. He's running. It's interesting. That is a story on his own, you know, because he's the only one who's doing that now.
Okay.
Because to do those things takes a lot of money. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you votes necessarily.
Okay.
Because those people you are bringing together, most of them don't vote. Okay. They are not delegates. So they will praise you, but that's all, as far as it goes. They can't help you win. And so most of the others lay low a bit. Don't spend all your money on that. You see, in time past, we used to campaign like this.
Okay.
And not anymore. It has changed.
Now you have to target the people who
Yes.
vote.
And you target them with your pocket.
With your pocket.
Yes.
But he's said to have quite a heavy pocket.
Endless. I hope he has all of that. But there are perils too. As you go through, you hear Kumchacha has tackled him already.
Yes. I've heard that.
That's the thing. So you're exposing yourself to negatives too. So it's not all positive. But let's wait and see what happens. Maybe he likes that. He likes this affirmation that many people want me to run.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, that is not necessarily going to help you. No. People follow politicians because of money.
Okay.
And they find out you have a lot of money. Oh, yeah, let's follow him.
Yeah.
They will come. That's it. So the results is what matters. So let's wait and see what happens.
So at this time, for you, the best thing to do is to target those who vote. Underground, there are a lot of underground work.
Yes.
The delegates.
That's more important. But it is okay to get your supporters aroused and energized, but you have to balance it.
Okay.
The Kennedy is doing only one side now. I'm sure the other side will come because it's just money.
Okay.
And if he has a lot of money, then it doesn't matter. Maybe that's why he's doing that.
Oh, you think the one who win the flag bearership race basically is the person with the heaviest pocket?
Not necessarily. This is a bit more complicated than
Okay.
that. All things being equal, the one with the best ideas will win.
Okay.
That means everybody brings money, 50,000. He too brings 50,000. Then we can compete with
On the
with
basis
that.
of ideas.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you don't have that 50,000, forget it. Nobody's listening to you. Go away.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
So you have to have a threshold of money to give certain people. If you don't have it, it'll be very difficult. It's not impossible, but it'll be very difficult. This is what happened to John Boadu and JFK. You see, John Boadu had deep pockets. He had name recognition, party support, presidential support. He lost. So in some instances, your reputation
It's also important.
is ahead of you, and that alone can derail the whole thing. That's what happened to John Boadu.
But the part I like is that you're saying that first, for people to even listen to you, even if people consider you as the best candidate,
Yes.
you must still be able to put something substantial on
For
the table.
sure, for sure. I went to second the Okufudia campaign chairmanship. I'm so busy midnight talking to them. Oh, no, okay, yatasi making yatasi in
They told you that?
Oh yes.
That they've heard all you said?
Oh yes. You know you can do it, but bring some money. That's it. So if you don't bring some money, we are not listening to you anymore. They say they came for a purpose. They need capital for their wives, most of them, to trade. Because after this occasion, we have nothing to do. So if I get some money, I'll give it to my wife. At least he can take care of the family. That's what they are saying. They know after this election, you, the MP, they call you, you mind them. So they are getting their money now. They are getting it while they're getting is good. That's it. Bring the money now. Later they call you mine.
But I also want two huge ministers out of the government. Alan Chemantin. If you speak to the traders, they have a lot of respect for him.
Yes.
Alan Chemantin.
He works hard. Actually, the president called him a workaholic.
Okay.
Yes, he himself said he's a workaholic. Well, he works hard, that's for sure.
So he's out of government. What do you think will be the impact?
Not too much.
Not too much. There'll be some, but it will be mild.
Yes, because a government without money cannot do much. That's it. No matter what good ideas
A
you
government
have,
without money cannot do much.
can't do much. No matter what good ideas you have, it won't go far at all. Because everything government does is based on money. Every last thing.
Okay.
You tell them you're going to give a speech here, you give them money to mount the podium, this and that, transportation. Everything is money. If the government has no money, they can't do much. And so this is why governments must be prudent how you spend your money. Don't get crazy and borrow, as we have done. It gets to a certain point. It's gone too far. It's gone beyond, pretty much beyond redemption. That's why we stand. I don't care what the others are saying with wishful thinking and all of that. It's good to pray, yes, but God gave you a brain too. When famine was coming to Egypt, God told Joseph what to do. Gather grain and storage because it's coming for the hard time. It didn't say go over there and pray and I'll make miracles for you. We don't understand it. Why? Why do we always behave as if this is how God operates all the time? What you can do for yourself, God is not coming to do for you. You have to have sense and think. Be honest, that's the other thing.
Okay.
God is spirit and must be worshipped in spirit and in truth. Okay. We lost out the truth. You stole all the money. As we speak, the money is in your pocket and you are paying. Keep the money back. That's the thing. Okay. How can you do that? You've stolen money. Instead of giving it back and ask God for forgiveness, you want to keep the money and at the same time God to help you. Why? It makes no sense. You're making mockery of God as if you don't know the God you worship. That's the problem, right? And so, I don't know. Those who are saying we should pray, okay, pray. I hear someone say, you pray at your own peril. That's kind of funny.
If you pray against the success of this country and the success of President Akufo-Addo, you do that at your own peril.
But why would you pray like that? That is not God. You don't worship God. God is not bosom, you understand, to tell God to punish someone. God doesn't do that. That's not a prayer that will come on you because you don't have a good heart. You want evil for someone. So that one, you don't even bother with it. You can't pray against someone. If you go to the bosom, you can do that. But not God, no. You may pray, whatever your prayer is about, you don't get to decide. It is God who decides. And so if that's how you are praying, you are wasting your time.
So, but the very suggestion that a Ghanaian will pray against the success of Ghanaian itself, Ghana itself, how does that sound to you? Because a lot of us are feeling that.
Oh, there are some people who think that they are so upset with the president that they want to see him fail and fail completely. There are some people like that. You know, it's unfortunate, but they are. Maybe those are the people they are speaking about. But it's not a good thing. We shouldn't worry about somebody praying against Ghana. It will not even get to God. So what do you worry about? Let them do it. You can do that. Maybe they are not saying it properly. It's not praying, but jujuing. That one, yes. That one is a possibility.
Yeah,
you can do juju. Yes. Because we have jujued ourselves already. Politicians burying live cows. Allegations of even people being killed, ritual killing for politics. What do you think? And God is going to listen to you? No. That's an abomination, you see. And so such a person praying doesn't do anything. It's not called praying. He's jujuing the country. They've jujued us already anyway. I can tell you this country is pretty much in the hands of the devil. Pretty much. Because we steal everything. We lie all the time. And all the other bad things we talk about, why young men don't have jobs, they'll do anything, armed robbery, you name it, prostitution. Now they come on TV, oh, my new big behind is for rich men only. Hey, it's an advertisement for prostitution. It's amazing. We have destroyed everything. No values in the society. Nobody talks about it. You go on TV, all kinds of nonsense on there. On TV, they're shaking their mid session. Oh, very bad though. All of that should stop. Responsible government also controls that. We are behaving as if that is not the job of the government. Everybody can do whatever they want. That's what we are behaving like. So it's going down, affecting the children, little children twerking, all sorts of things. I saw Muhammad's daughter twerking. Hey, you two, where is your dad? Why would you be doing this? It's not appropriate. But slowly the youth are coming to accept it as a normal thing. It isn't, because our leaders don't speak to it. It's almost like the National Media Commission is giving up. So now, everybody does what he wants. It's not appropriate, not at all.
Well, I'll come back to where you are basically suggesting that we've already set ourselves on the path to failure.
Yes.
But I'll come back to that. Linked to Alan Chamantin's resignation, It's a matter of the fact that the man who has responsibility for his ministry now is the finance minister.
That's all part of what I'm talking about. Why would you do that? He's the only person in the country. So now he's going to be Minister of Agric and Finance and Trade. That's all. And if another one comes out, give it to him too. He can do all of it. Why not?
Minister for Agric, Finance and Trade.
And yes, and some other things to come. Hey, give it all to him. He's a magic boy. That's it. Because it makes no sense. Your own people are trying to remove him. You negotiate with them and do some deals. So, okay, let's assume they didn't remove him. Is it appropriate for you to add more to him? We have failed financially. He is in charge. He said we are not going to IMF. We are a sovereign country, a proud people, all of that. And boom, we're down in the ditch. What were they looking at? The Minister of Finance, the officials. Now, they have the audacity to come and tell us that zero coupon bond for first month of the first year. What? Some people have all their retirement money in bonds. They live on that. And what do you expect them to use for food? That's the thing. The thinking that went into those decisions, very, very small. Virtually none. Because you're going to do this, affect people's lives. Call all the stakeholders. You can even find out how many of you have all your savings in bonds. And based on that information, you know that you cannot do zero coupon, whatever. You have to balance things. You may not be able to pay all of it. Some people say, oh, I don't need it right away, so mine is okay if you delay it. That's what you do. Put a human face on it. You sit somewhere and start writing crap. Now the thing you brought, just about nobody accepted it. So what have you done? The only thing he did was to speed up the budgetary process for the purpose of IMF. That's it. Because the thing he wrote, nobody agrees to it. Now the organized labor found out, all their money to say, don't touch our retirement. I said, are you kidding? It's already been swallowed, not touched. It's gone. That is why they are saying they are going to restructure. If they have not touched it, there is no need to restructure. It means it's there. But it's because it's already gone, you have to restructure it. It's been touched already. That's it. It's very, very disheartening, right? And we live in a country where the president behaves as if once you are elected, you become a little bosom or something. Nobody can say anything to you. You don't say or give you advice. You don't listen to anyone. The whole country, we all see what is going on. When you get in financial trouble, the first thing is reduce the size of government.
Reduce the size of government.
The size of government. It is said, the smaller the government is, the better the government. Because if it's big government, especially ours with Article 71, look at the Land Cruisers. There should be no importation of Land Cruisers. You understand? For government. Those people are selling sachet water. Look at the women selling, people carrying yam all day long just to get the chop money. And you collect the taxes and buy yourself Land Cruiser? What is wrong with you? You have no feeling for your fellow countrymen? And then you can say, my fellow countrymen. What? We are your fellow countrymen, and you are doing this to us. Don't you have shame? You have no pity on people? The poor women in the marketplace, they sweat, and you take this money and buy yourselves Land Cruisers. Why? And the president is traveling in private jets. I hope you stop now. All of that is not a good sign. It's not responsible government. It isn't. Responsible government is the one who looks out for the good of the citizens. The number one duty of any responsible government is employment. We don't talk about that. Oh, we're building this and we're building that. We're building. Never put money in ways that will create employment.
Okay.
You build a highway, when you finish, what happened? They're going to walk over it? What? Employment is number one. It brings peace in society. A person who has no job, what do you expect him to do to feed himself and his family? You turn into crime. That's it. You'll be sleeping in your house and the armed robbers, they know you, and they will come. And because they don't want you, they know you know them, you may have seen them, they will kill you so that you can't identify them. This is what is going on. This is job number one, employment. When unemployment gets so high, you endanger the whole country. What are young people supposed to do? Walk to Burkina to get jobs there, or maybe Cote d'Ivoire? What? You finish school, you finish university, your parents have worked hard to take care of you, hoping that you finish and you come back and ease their pain. Now you are still sitting at home, they're eating their food. What are they supposed to do? This is a situation the parents have absolutely no control over it. They don't know, can your father go and get a job for you? Where? You on your own, and you can't find a job. You don't have money to create a job for yourself either, like selling something. That's the problem. Now, you go to the bank to borrow money. You've got a good idea. They say, okay, all right. They won't tell you, they won't give you a loan. So, okay, yeah. Bring this and bring that and bring that. Okay, they'll talk to you nicely to encourage you. Then when they feel, okay, the loan you want, what? How much do you want? 20,000 cedis to start. Okay, well 20,000, we need a collateral. You say, who? Collateral is not a person, it's a thing. You have to bring. I don't have money. How can I get collateral when I don't have? I told you I don't have money already. I'm sorry, that's what we need. Okay, go and get someone who has something to support you. Who? Nobody's going to do that in these days. Oh. You sign a loan for the person, the thing didn't go away, he ran away, then you'll be arrested, or you end up paying for it. And so people have wised up, they're not doing it. Which means you're stuck in this system. Where do you go? Where do you go? The bank will waste your time, bring this, bring everything they say bring. Okay, now they have to go to plan B. Okay, we need a third co-signer, huh? Third co-signer, yes. You can bring a relative to sign for you. Relative, I don't have a relative who have money. Okay, well, you can bring your grandmother or your grandfather. If he's dead, bring his bones. That's it.
So
they won't do it. That's it. They will just leave you on like they won't do it. They can't do it because the bank itself is on the brink of collapse. That's the reality we are facing. The banks have given all their money to the government. This is the danger. Normally, the government is under pressure, in trouble of collapse, which is where we are, almost at the brink of collapse. Then the government cannot employ people, do a lot of things. But if the banks are doing their own thing, the economy will still going. Unfortunately, in our situation, the banks too has given all their money to the government. Okay. So government goes down, bank goes down. That's it. That's the reality. That's the danger we are facing now. I hope it doesn't come to that, but we should speak truthfully so that we get properly prepared of what is coming. Don't give us candy when the thing that is coming is bitter. Tell us about it so we get ready. God told Joseph to prepare, to store grain, and he did. That's what averted the disaster in Egypt to the extent that the neighboring people were able to go and buy food in Egypt. That's what we should do. Right now, as I speak to you, the government should have gotten into the Operation Feed Yourself mode, you understand? Don't leave any land empty in the city, wherever. Plant corn. Everybody plant corn. Corn is a much needed commodity than rice. You don't see that. If they don't buy it for food, not everybody likes kenke. But look at Fanti kenke, Accra kenke, all kinds of kenkes in Ghana.
And then there's banku and everything.
Oh yes. Well, what is wrong with us? No, don't eat rice. What? I shouldn't eat rice. We are not going to support rice. We are not going to support chicken. We are not going to support what else? Rice, chicken, oil. The basic things that Ghanaians eat the most. We are not going to support them. What? What are you going to eat now? What? Should the government be telling us what to eat? When have you heard this in the history of Ghana? Never. Understand? If you want a product not to be imported too much, what you do is put higher tariffs on it. Okay. And people will stop buying it. On its own, the market supply and demand is still working. But you have declared you are not supporting it not because you don't want to support it, because you don't have money. It's very simple. You're selling Forex, you're selling 200 million this month. The government spent 450 million on petroleum importation, which means the Forex they are selling, even for petroleum, is not enough. It all shows you are in big trouble. That's it. And they don't tell the truth. Instead of telling the truth, you can't do. Once you tell the truth, it's over. It's hard to say, but say it. Especially this government, where it is. It's not going for re-election. So speak the truth. That will help you better.
You're not hearing that from them?
No.
You're not hearing a lot of.
Look what happened. The city depreciation. It's the war in Ukraine. What? When it goes up, it's also the war in Ukraine. So it goes up, come down, go down. If it's the war in Ukraine, it should always go down, not come up sometimes, because they are still threat. Yes. Where are you going? This is logic. What are you talking about? Why? Why do you have the need to show that you are right when you are not right? This is simple thinking. Reasoning will tell you, no, it's not it. Because Cote d'Ivoire, they are in this world, our next door neighbors, Togo, they're all hit by the war in Ukraine and COVID. Why is theirs not like that? That alone should stop, don't say that. The war affects the whole world. Yes, it has a bearing on Ghanaian economy. But don't attribute your shortcomings just on that. Okay. Right? You can say one time and stop it. It has no credibility. It makes no sense. Right? Just logic alone. The war in Ukraine, the city is going up. The war has stopped. Okay, that's good. The city is going up. The war is still going on, the city is going up. That means the war is good. No, so. In
fact, there's even a new strain of COVID.
Yes. That's what I was going to get to that one. That one, when it hits here, we're in big trouble. We see, we have to be truthful in managing the affairs of many people. You can't use falsehood. You have to speak the truth. Because whenever you manage affairs of many people, it's almost like you're doing the work of God. God is the one who takes care of us. Now it's going through you, and you are using falsehood to run. It won't work. Nothing that is worthwhile can work on by falsehood. It won't work. It's just a matter of time before it catches up with you. You see, today, some pastors saying we have to pray. We have to pray for the economy to come. Yeah. It's good to pray, but I can assure you, it's not every prayer that God answers. I've said before, you don't expect God to come and do for you what you can do for yourself. He gave us abilities. He gave us a brain, But you sit there. Does God like lazy people? Does God like liars, chauvinists? No. So if you're doing all those things, stop it before you go and talk to God. Otherwise, you mind. He said it himself. You go to the fetish priest, then you come and praise the Lord. What? Oh, that one is very bad. God doesn't like that at all.
So basically, because listening to you just recount the difficulties we have in the economy. Clearly, you are one of the people who are of the opinion that the finance minister, if he's still in office, already has his plate full.
Yes.
And he's struggling with what he has.
Well, you are immortal. Why? Except if you think or you know that Ministry of Trade is not critical, that hence they are not going to do anything that's meaningful, that if you just want something, just hold it where it is. That's it. If that's what you're thinking, it's not that there is.
But is that thinking in itself correct?
It is defeatist because you've given up. Nothing is going to happen. The president's waiting for the money. The good thing for all of this is that the finance minister was under tremendous pressure not to default on the loans. You see, that's why he was able to borrow so much money. But he got into a point, he says, hands up, okay, I'll give up. That's it. We have defaulted. And so that pressure is gone. It's already defaulted. So you don't have to work so hard to pay someone on time. Okay. We are arranging to see how we're going to pay it. So the money that is coming is not for developmental. Just a small part is going to be given to the government to do as it sees fit. Just a small part, It helps a bit. But we'll be disappointed. The tremendous debt you have and the need paying contractors, roads that are unfinished, school feeding, all sorts of things. No. And then to make it worse, the finance minister seemed to, this is how I see him. He sits down, he's a numbers man, and he look at the numbers. How much money do we need? Oh, okay, we need 7 billion cities. Okay, let's see. What percentage should we do it so that e-levy can bring us close to 7 billion? Oh, 1.5, 1.72. What? Okay, put there 1.72. Say, hold on just a minute. That is not how you do financing of a country like that. Just using numbers. Nobody voted for you. It is your brother. He is the one who should have the final say. To look us in the eyes and say, okay, I said I'm coming to make your lives a bit easier. Now I want you to pay more taxes. He can't say that. But you, because you didn't run for office, you should just say, put 1.75 there. See, he can't even do proper projections. That's the problem. He can't do.
Finance minister
can't do proper projection. That is the disaster. This is what
the basic job of a finance minister.
Well, yes. Maybe you should give me the job of basic. You can't do proper projection. Look at the budget. Every time you come and read the budget, okay, the deficit is estimated to be 4.5 this year or whatever. At the end of the year, how much was the deficit? 11.5. What? Are you crazy? That means if you are a student in my class writing a research paper, you have failed. I won't look at anything else. You did a research. A margin of, or you say plus or minus 2. You are saying plus or minus what? 7?
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. I will not read it. Throw it up. It's no good. This research is good for nothing. You just say whatever you want. Plus or minus 7. Who says that? No. And that's what. Consistently, that's how it's been. Anyway, I said it, please. If you are doing such a thing, don't make it too big. Come in small and go incrementally small. Next year, 0.5%. Next year, 6, 7. And you go, people get used to it. It's okay. It's just like you saying is that you put a frog in the boiling water, it will jump out. But if you put it in when it's cold and you start heating it slowly, you will stay in there and die. That's how it is. Right? We get used to it. You've told us ahead of time. Next year we'll go to 0.6%. So when it comes, it's not a surprise. But you start high, people leave the platform. We are not using mobile money. And that's what happened. The thing you say you're going to get 600 and something billion, you get 600, you got 10%. That is a disaster. You cannot make such pretensions. Completely wrong. What, you got 10% of what you expected? It means your projections were all wrong. You didn't know the people you were doing that for. That's it. I'm not trying to bring the man down, but this is the results. We've seen it. That's what it is, right? Now, I'll say, you see that this government is going to collapse a lot of restaurants and department stores, because it makes no sense for me to go and buy a refrigerator from, say, Melcom, right?
Yeah.
And then put 20% VAT on it. Why? This guy is selling too. There's no VAT. Why? So go to the roadside and buy it from him. It cannot work. You have to look at all these things. He's not looking at that. All he's looking at is how much money he needs. No, you don't do it that way. Balance it out. If you do it, what are going to be the effects on those people? And then you say, okay, we can't make it too high. You get diminishing returns, because if you are getting 2 cities before, and you think you increase the thing by 50%, you get 4 cities. It's not true. You may get 2 cities and 50 pesos. Because now, if I were buying two of something, and the price go astronomically high, I can only buy 1. So if you increase the tax, the bundle you are going to get is still the same. I was buying 2, you're getting 4. I'm buying 1, you've increased it twice, so you still get 4. But the volume of business has gone down. It's hurting the businessman. It's hurting the government itself. What are you doing? It's not good. I can say categorically, he is not doing a good job. He isn't.
The finance minister is not.
Yes, he's not doing a good job.
There are those who suggest, and you understand the science of politics. There are those who suggest that this is a signal to those who have been asking for him to go, to tell them that I have so much faith in him, even when you are shouting, I am adding another one to it.
Well, that's loud and clear. This is like the son of Solomon, Rehoboam. And the Israelites went to him and said, your father, he put a lot of burden on us, building the temple and this, always taxing us so much. So we want you to consider that. Reduce the taxes and we will serve you. He said, okay, let me think about it. He talked to his friend. They said, no. You talk to the young people. We didn't talk to the wise ones. He said, no. You should
Double it.
Double it. No, don't mind them. Okay. So they came. My father chastised you with whips. I will chastise you with scorpions. What? That's what you're saying? Okay, that's it. God took the kingdom out of it. Complete disaster. This is what we are seeing. The whole country is saying he's not doing well. You are the only one with sense in the country. We elected you. You do what your people want, not what you want. You are not a king. You are not a dictator. Well, maybe he's a dictator in a democracy. Right? You do what your people. These are your own party people. It's not appropriate. Look at the numbers. 97 MPs come out to say this. Right? And you say no. Why? You are the only person who knows what's going on. It's not appropriate. For consideration of fairness and gratitude to the party for bringing you forward. It is not he who came by himself. He came through the vehicle of the party, right? And so you cannot thumb your nose on the party officials like that, right? To say that I know better than anybody else, and as long as I'm here, I do what I want. You can't do that. It's a democracy. You are destroying your own party.
Okay.
No, he doesn't care. Looks like he doesn't care.
The president
Yes.
basically doesn't care.
Doesn't care about the party.
But interestingly, and from listening to you, you're saying that he is actually, in this situation, the best person to handle this because he has no new mandate to seek. He can be as frank as possible, as truthful as possible. But that's not what is happening.
No. That's not what. That is what will help him, to be truthful. If we are down, say it. Nobody can do politics with it because you said it yourself. Remember Hammer said he chewed the meat to the bone. We all knew what he meant. So don't go and tackle him that he chewed chinchingatu. He said it already. That's it. But you adamantly refuse to do what everybody says. We don't need reshuffle. We need reduction of government size. That's what we need. That's what will save money. If we reduce all the Articles 71, whatever, you'll get very close to taking care of the bonds in about 3 or 4 years. The money saved will be close to taking care of the bond that you have touched. But you won't do it. Okay, go ahead.
There has to be serious cuts to the size of
Yes.
government.
Nobody should tell you this.
But the ministries have not been touched yet.
The ministry, to be honest, they are operating on shoestrings, really.
Shoestrings?
Yes. The ministries, they are.
Because like you said, they are broke.
Broke. We've been broke for a long time. It's just shenanigans that we've been using, and we're cutting salt here, and we're opening this way. It gives you the impression that things are going very well. There's shenanigans, that's all. Right? It's not going well. Now, you should say it. Let the cat out of the bag. It is our country. If it's not going well, we should know and not expect magic. Right? Hardship is coming. I'm telling people, hey, don't take anything for granted. You have a lot of children. You buy sachet water for drinking. Tell your children when you drink, don't throw it away. Make sure the water is finished before you open another one. Make space for them. This is Adwa, this is John, this is Kofi. Put yours here. You want to drink, finish this one before you take another one. I mean, this is the kind of thing we should be telling people. As I said, Operation Feed Yourself. The hunger has not come to Ghana yet. It's just that food prices are too expensive. But the hunger follows that. And we want to be Africa's star, not so.
Yeah.
You are not thinking far. If you plant corn, plentiful, more than Ghana would need, that is good. This is the time you can turn around and help Senegal. Because the hunger has started there. You understand? And give us, the president wants to have respectability in the world. This is what you do to gain respectability, to help your own kind, as he wants to talk about, like he's African leader. You sit there, you don't do anything. Every time something happens, it's the white man who comes and do it, to take care of you Africans. Now you turn around and say, we don't have any respect. What do you expect? This is your chance to gain respect. We don't give you respect, you gain it, you earn it. So plant the corn in plentiful. You don't even have to give it for free to Senegal or any of the other countries that are in trouble. United Nations will give you the money to help them. No joke. And this will also create more jobs in your country. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Because look, what I'm hearing actually from those who are into agric is that they are actually even moving away from the planting of corn. Because what they say is, for those in the north particularly, you need fertilizer to plant corn. And if you don't apply fertilizer, it won't work. And the fertilizer is too expensive. So they are moving away from that and doing only rice mostly.
How much rice? Does it thrive in Ghana? The kind of rice they produce, Ghanaian rice, I beg your pardon, not to denigrate Ghana's rice. It doesn't taste good.
Actually, it's good.
You eat a mutu.
Yes, I eat ubuntu.
Well, maybe I'm not cooking it right.
No, then perhaps you're not buying the right product.
Well, possibly. Yeah,
Yes.
there are two there are many
very fantastic.
varieties. Yes. And the person cooking it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
But the way I've been cooking my rice is very simple. Put it in the pot, put water in it, put it on put it on medium, and let it simmer, and then boil the thing. It's cooked. Oh, it's hard as a rock. I said, what? How can I eat this one?
Yeah, there are times
I
like
came
that.
back, I eat
Yes.
tomato, I spat it out, that's it. I'm not eating that thing anymore. But it's not appropriate for government to behave as if he's our father. He's not our father. Don't tell me what to eat. It's my money. That's my job. I did my job of teaching children. You do your job of managing the economy so that when you pay me my money, after you take the tax, I can eat what I want. What's the point of coming into this world and you can't even eat the food you like to eat? What do you want to do? You're waiting till you go to heaven to eat the food you like. What? No. So say, oh, okay, we should stop eating the rice. What? All of us want to eat cocoyam. Is that what you're saying? Some people in Ghana, they eat snakes, so let everybody eat snakes. Not a good idea. The snake is free. You just kill the thing and eat it. Will you agree? You don't want to eat snake. Why are you telling me to eat something else? Let me decide. There is comparative advantage.
Okay.
I plant corn in plentiful. Corn is always needed. It's not just for food. You use it for fuel.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you want rice? You want jasmine rice? Vietnam rice? Okay. Sell the corn. Buy the rice. We don't know that. Plant the corn in plentiful numbers. Sell the corn. Buy the rice. It's called comparative advantage. We have an advantage of planting corn. Let's plant corn, not rice. The rice we plant, we don't like that one very much. So, plant the corn, buy the rice you want. It comes to the same thing. Actually, you have an advantage. And then we are importing rice in big numbers. The government says, okay, you've come now, put tax on it. So the government gets more money. What is wrong with us? This is how things work. We are going to invent economies. Don't eat rice. Okay, what about calorie? Let's see, eat half. And you're going to tell us everything to do now? Is that what you're going to do? Don't eat indomie. No pasta. That's it. What are we supposed to do? Fufu only? What?
And by saying that, I wanted to ask you whether the agric minister will be missed much in terms of his performance in that sector.
Well, that's up to him, and it remains to be seen how people will see him selling plantain. It's not a good advice. I don't think whoever advised him to do that, I don't think was a good thing.
It was not good for the agric minister himself.
No, it wasn't good for him. No, not at all. Academically, he's very poor. Who does that? I'm just telling you about comparative advantage. Why would you say, plantain is expensive, so the agri ministry is going to sell plantain on its own? What? What happens to the middlewoman at Makola who buys it on wholesale when they bring it from the bush? They lose all their jobs. What are you going to do? You're going to be selling everything everywhere in the country, or just in Accra and the ministries? It makes no sense. And I will tell you, don't start that. No. Your job is make sure food is in plentiful supply, and that is what brings down the prices, not you selling it. That's artificial. If it's in this is supply and demand. Don't go away from that. If the food supply is more, the price is low. It's very simple. That's your job. Not doing something else. It means pretty much you've given up on your core mandate. You don't want to produce the food, you want to sell it.
So which means his ministry now will be very much important to how we handle this crisis going forward.
By now, his ministry should have announced Operation Feed Yourself, drum it into our head, plant this, plant it. We're not doing it. Don't talk about fertilizer. We lived here, yes. Fertilizer will make it bloom very quickly, plentiful supply. But without fertilizer, put corn in the ground anywhere, pretty much in Ghana, and it will grow as long as it's watered. It will not be very big, but it will grow. So don't use the fertilizer as an excuse.
Okay.
It's not only the north that will plant corn. Mostly, it used to be here. If you want to make it a commercial enterprise, that's what you get. You have to use fertilizers. But what farming in Ghana, how much of it is commercial? You can't even do it commercial because of the terrain in the lower part of the country. You can't. It's an undulating terrain. You can't use tractors and things like that. Right? And you are saying because the north they can't do it there, we can't do it in the south too. No, it's not true.
If you just join us, I have Dr. AMOAKO BAAH in the studio with me. He's a political scientist. We've been talking about a couple of issues. Well, thank you very much for a couple of messages you've been sending to us. I'll go through some of them, but we would have to also move on to some other issues in terms of what's happening in the country. Over the past few days, what we've discussed constantly is what has happened at the Jubilee House, involving the president and an American rapper who came into the country to perform at one of the events that were lined up for the youth called Meek Mill. The one that has attracted a lot of attention, Doc, is the one about him in a video where it seemed he actually had enough time to do a music video, something close to shoot enough content to use for a music video that he released portions of. Doc, what are your own thoughts on that?
Plenty. Overall, it's not a good idea. I don't think the president exercised good judgment for allowing him to do that. You don't take a picture with a president who happens also to be a short man, and you are tall, and you have your hands on his shoulders, like you are taking a picture with your friend, a little child. What are you doing? And nobody says, hey, take your hands off. No, it's okay. President bent over backwards to make them feel at home. You don't do that. That is not making... Look what has happened. Now he's apologizing. What good is it? You don't do the right thing. It's against security measures of the Jubilee House. Now we have videos of the president's office, this and that. It's just very bad. I say, in order for the president to please his daughter, he has ridiculed his office. That's what I see.
He has ridiculed his office.
Well, yes, the office has integrity. This is the highest point of the country, the seat of government. It has to be approached with respect. Where is it? Where is the respect? Not appropriate. You can say the security people did not do a good job. They should have not allowed this to happen. I agree. But it's based on when it happened. They don't sleep at the Jubilee House, the security people. Maybe they're going home. And if you tell the president, say, Let him do it. I'm the president. What are you going to do? That's the thing. And so ultimately, he should take responsibility for
The
what
president
happened.
himself.
He himself, he should know something. It is not always that he has to rely on the advice of others. He should know something, right? That this is not appropriate. No, it's not appropriate at all. Can you imagine some rapper going to U.S. House or White House and taking pictures with President Biden and all of that? Impossible. No, this is not appropriate. Nobody will say this is appropriate. Will become the laughing stock. You see, I have said before, the president tries very hard to make the expatriates feel at home. So they come home, it's good. But it's not all good. As a matter of fact, it's not everybody just because he's black that you want to come here. It's not. That's not the case. You have to see for the ones who can help. That's how you do it. But he bends over backwards to make them feel at home, and this time, look what has happened. Right? We have pretty much become the laughing stock. Nigerians are talking about it. So what's wrong with you, Ghanaians? It's not a good thing. I think the president has gotten older, and he's changed. What I knew before was not the same person. I said he bends over backwards to make them feel at home, but don't go that far. Right.
He went too far.
Too far. Way too far. He is to please his daughter. I think that guy is the daughter's friend, whatever. Fine. Sit down decently, take a picture. Don't go and start put your hand on the president's shoulder, especially such a short man. What are you doing? And nobody saw this is not appropriate. Nobody saw that. The president himself must have felt it, but he didn't say it. Take your hands off. That's what should have happened. Take your hands off. Right? That's what you do. The president of the country, you don't do that. I'm sure he himself has seen it. Now here he's rendered some apologies and all of that. Why do you do the wrong thing and then apologize? I don't blame the young man who will not take advantage of that. Yes, if you have the chance to do it, do it. I blame the president and his handlers. You give a chance to someone to excel or to prepare himself to the front. Why would he not take that advantage? But you are the one who should draw the parameters how far he'll go. If you allow him to do whatever he wants, that's what happens.
This is a tweet from the rapper in question, Meek Mill. Says, I don't think they knew it was video footage when we asked to shoot. It's a small camera and one kid.
Doesn't matter. You didn't know his camera. You didn't know it was video or picture. You didn't know that. That's not true. You're trying to do damage control. If you are taking a video, the screen will tell you it is recording. Don't mind him. He knows he's done wrong. The way it happened is not right. I'm sure many people have told him.
I think he's talking about the fact that the people in the Jubilee House did not know. Maybe that they granted them permission maybe to take pictures, but they did not know that they were actually doing a video.
But what's the difference? If you have your hands on the president and you take a picture and you take a video, what's the difference? You still have your hands on him. No, so? So that is not an excuse at all. Now they are trying to do damage control for the Jubilee House people. They didn't do their job. They mostly don't do their job. That's what I see. The president handled, that's how they left him alone on the stage with that concert they had, and people were booing him. What is wrong with you? I wish I were there. I'll just climb up the stage, take the camera from the president, excuse me, and start talking. When they hear the new voice, they will pay attention. So please, let's give the president 1 minute to say the final word, and then we will start the program. That will be the end of it. No, nobody did anything. And this old man standing there himself, look at it. Eventually he gave up he raised his hand, said something, and walked off. It's not good at all. What is going on? What is going on in this country? What is going on? They read speeches for him. It's plagiarized. Why? Completely plagiarized. Why would you do that? Why? There are so many people in the country who can help the president for free. Legon professors are there. KNUs are there. He calls me, I'll help him too. But he wants his own people. The people who write the most impressive speeches are not just, university graduates. There are those who are experienced, well-educated and experienced, well-read. If you are not well-read, you are saying something that you feel is so impressive when those who have more experience, this is elementary. He's talking about, we should change the paradigm. What paradigm? What? I teach graduate class. One time I told my student, anyone who write any essay and include the word paradigm in it is F. Because that's all they say, the paradigm, in this paradigm, in this paradigm. A paradigm shift. That's it. Don't say that again. Say something else. This is what he's saying in his own. He thinks it's so impressive. A world leader does not speak like beginning graduate students. That's what it's for. And yet the person who wrote it thought it was very good. Now, us who are older and more experienced than this is terrible. That's the difference. So get people who are more experienced, and there are plenty of them who would like to help you for free. They'll actually be honored. At least you write it, give it to someone to look at for you. One time somebody gave me a manuscript. This is former minister, big guy. They said, look through this for me. I have another big guy look through it, but you also. I found all kinds of mistakes. What? So I gave it to him. I didn't know the big guy had looked through it. He says, what? You found all this? I said, yes. But so looked at it. Please, don't say it. I've seen, English is English. I've seen what I've seen. Take it or leave it. Don't make it some kind of denigration for his prowess in English. That's how it is. What somebody thinks is impressive, an experienced person will see otherwise. That's how it is. But when you have all these people at your disposal, why don't you use them? Why? Why do you always want to use your friends and those who are praising you or who are around you? You don't do that as a president. Use all the resources at your disposal. But he doesn't do it.
And you are a member of the New Patriotic Party. So this is your director of communications for the party. Says, Meek Mill's music video was not sanctioned by the presidency. Its permission was not sought whatsoever for the use of the video. The musician has realized his indiscretion, apologized, and taken down the video.
Okay. President didn't know he was in it. This is damage control. This is another bad thing. When you've done a bad thing, admit it and move on. Don't come and give me second-rate damage control. It wasn't sanctioned. What was it? What was it? Well, how did it come about? How? They are taking pictures. They are taking video. The president didn't know he was in it. What are you talking about? Makes no sense. Please spare us this. You understand? You're making the situation worse. I don't understand it at all. We think we can engage in falsehood forever. You've done the thing. It didn't turn out good. Okay, sorry, we made a mistake. This should not have happened. That's the end of it. Now you want to bring shenanigans, say this and say that. See, you are so smart. Smart than anybody. You can explain what is negative to turn into positive. You keep doing that, you turn into a jackass. That's what you turn into. Because it's an impossibility. The thing is that we are all looking at it, it's green, you say it's white, you say it's black. Why? We don't see. It's not appropriate. That actually, the damage control effort makes the situation worse. I understand. The president wants to help. He wants to please his daughter. There's nothing wrong with that. The guy is his daughter's friend. He's come to a country, and dad is president. Let me go and introduce you to him. The guy too is happy. He feels big now. Wow, I'm standing with the president. And you've been trying to take a picture of the president. Yeah, of course you have to show a picture of you and the president. But when he put his hands on the president's shoulders, that's not appropriate. This is not something they teach you in books. An older person would have told, take your hands off. A good photographer will tell you, take your hands off. What is he talking about? Is the secretary of the party is the one who wrote the thing?
No, it's director of communications, Richard Anyagba.
Okay. He didn't. You should come again. Maybe from another angle because it makes no sense. They should stop it. Be honest. Oh, they can't be honest. So
the best response for you would have been an apology,
yes,
and acceptance that we failed at getting
yes,
the proper things done.
Yes. This should never have happened. We erred, And then when the young man brings an apology, it's along the same path. That's the end of it. No, you are giving us shenanigans to prove that what happened did not happen. The thing is there. What are you talking about? I don't know.
But the presidency itself has been quiet. It's been like Richard Anyagba, a few people around the presidency trying to manage it. But you haven't heard anything from government itself responding to it properly.
You can't respond to it properly. What is there to say? What is there to say? The thing has happened. So in this instant, the government is right. Don't say anything. Let one person go and apologize. That's the end of it. The national security minister could have said something. Okay. I'm sorry. This was a family affair, but it went too far. Okay. We didn't do it right. That's the end of it. No. Turn it upside down. You keep talking like that. You see your front tooth will become longer, look like a jackass. That's what's going to happen. Leave it alone. Tell the truth. I don't understand these people.
Doc, we have to be wrapping up. And let me conclude with the matter of the Akonta mining.
Oh.
I'm sure you heard the president's comments on it.
Well, yes.
Were they in good taste?
He meant well. Okay. It's just the way he said it.
Okay.
He meant well. But the way he said it made it appear that he wants to find a way to support Akonta.
Okay.
You see. This is similar to a grade school teacher, primary school teacher. The children have been in class for maybe 2 hours. Recess time is coming. They are itching to go and run outside or whatever. And the teacher says, okay, we haven't finished our homework, so we'll do the homework when you come back. You see how he said it? We'll do the homework when you come back from recess. Okay. Alternatively, you can say, go on recess, and when you come back, we'll do the homework. If you choose go on recess, they are outside before you finish the sentence. So they didn't hear when you come back. They're gone already. This is what happened. The appropriate thing was for the president to rebuke Akonta a little bit, you see, even if you want to support him. This is what you do. Akonta has engaged in degradation of the land. We see that. It is not appropriate. And here I'll let Wontumi apologize for that. That's even better. Okay. And then you say, as you speak now, he is no longer doing that. Then it will go down. You don't say any of that. You just want to say, they are not doing it anymore. That's the end of it. So you commit a crime and you stop it. That's okay. Is that what you're saying? You go scot-free. That's what it comes down to. And so it's the way he said it. It was okay, but the way he said it, yes, the approach, it wasn't very good. That's why people got upset. It's almost as if you are too eager to support him. You know. Anyway, sometimes, if you are in power, your friends are the ones you have to hold to highest standards. Okay. Your own friends,
including family members.
Yes, they have to adhere to higher standards, so they don't bring problems to you. And when they are doing that, others will see that and not misbehave. Right? And so your own friend, he is doing illegal mining, and you are sitting there talking to him like as of old, chatting and kind. No, you should not be seen in this instant that close to him. You should call him Wontumi. I'm coming to Kumasi. This time I don't want you to sit next to me. Go and do something. And then after that we'll talk. That's how you do it. Because in politics, appearances are everything. He's been doing this bad thing, and you come, here he is working with you. Who can do anything to him? You are giving a message as if he hasn't done anything wrong. But he's done wrong. Unless maybe you have mistaken what he's doing. That's the thing. That no matter what he does, it does not deface you. You still support him. Yeah, he's your friend. He helped you. I know the president likes Wontumi. But there are times you have to distance yourself a little bit from him, from your friend. You have to. You can come back later after the situation has been corrected. That's how you should do it.
Doc, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for making time.
You're welcome.
And it was wonderful meeting you. We've spoken several times.
Same
This is the
here.
first time we are sitting face to face.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Next time you're in town, make time and pass through. It'll be nice.
Most of the time when I come to town, somebody sponsored me.
Oh, okay.
Somebody was calling me as I was talking to you. So it's okay. I said, text me. You see, so
then maybe we have to extend the sponsorship.
exactly. Then when I come, I'm at your disposal.
I hear you, Doc.
But I'm glad to be here. Any way we can help Ghanaians understand what is going on, get ready, instead of all the shenanigans that are coming out. No. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I say all the time, anything that is worthwhile cannot be done with falsehood. God's truth must be worshipped in spirit and in truth. We don't do it.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Doc. Dr. AMOAKO BAAH, making time to come to Radio Gold whilst in Accra. It's a pleasure having him on the show, of course. I'm sure you hear